Everybody, we are back. It is Taped on Lodge Favorites Podcast, Favorites Channel, Favorites Everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course, pandasups.com. Discount code TDL for 25% off. All right, so today we're doing some more Broncos, more AFC West, and we're doing the Denver Broncos today. So we did the Chargers last time. I had a little break. I went to San Francisco, went to a Giants game, and then and now we're back, and we're gonna be doing some Broncos. So Matt's gonna be doing the Broncos pass rush, which is very, very good, and I'm gonna be looking at Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton, and really nothing else is going on for us. So it's the dead period.
Yeah. I think the biggest news was Shaquille Griffin didn't go sign with the Raiders. Like that's the level we're at right now.
Yeah, so we'll see if they're gonna sign another corner. I really doubt it at this point, but we'll see. It could happen.
Mike Hilton's still out there. I've been pounding the table for him for a while. I mean, they need a nickel. He's not a bad one. I don't know why he's still available. It's a little weird, but yeah, he's still out there. I'll keep pounding the table for that to happen.
Yeah. Is Asante Samuel signed somewhere?
No, he's got injury concerns though. He's apparently because he had a shoulder injury, and then he said something like he's like been dealing with it like his entire life, and then he had to have onsurgery, and I want to say he had like a neck issue too. I might be off on that, but yeah, I think it's health concerns with him because he only played in 4 games last year and went on IR, and then after he kind of went through that. I mean, I guess we're through several waves now of free agency, but after a while, he was kind of like his team kind of came out and was like, yeah, he's battling through some stuff, and I think he might have had late surgery too or something like that. I might have read that, but yeah, he's banged up is the bigger problem.
Yeah, and then Christian Wilkins is in a boot, but we all kind of knew that too. So yeah, it's kind of in the news, I guess.
Yeah. That's, I mean, I guess we kind of knew that already. It's just, but seeing it, it's like, damn, it does sting a little bit.
Stings
like
a little bit.
Putting a picture to it, you're like, this is bad. He's still in a boot, and we're getting closer to training camp by the day. So, hopefully that guy's healthy because they could really use him on the defense this year. That's for sure.
I guess him and Lalu are friends though, because he was in that picture. So I guess they're
Who was it that posted the picture? It was him, Lalu, and
Van Noy.
Yeah, that was weird. I was like, what's the connection between those three?
Well, Van Noy played in Miami with Wilkins.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but
with Lalu?
Lalu, I guess he just became friends with Wilkins, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. He was Wilkins +1. It's kind of funny. which is interesting because they really barely played with each other, because if you remember, Lalu was picked up at the end of training camp because he's cut from the Chargers.
Yeah.
And then Wilkins obviously got hurt in week 5. So
must have been an instant friendship. Instant
I guess
connection.
So. Maybe he was his mentor when maybe Wilkins was his mentor or something when he went down. But yeah, that is. Yeah, I remember seeing that and being like, I the Wilkins one I didn't think of in Miami, but that was a weird combo. I they don't know how those guys are connected.
Yeah, me either, man. All right, so I'm doing Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton. Like I said, Matt's doing the Broncos D line. So what'd you see for the Broncos D line?
Yeah, so part of the reason why I want to do it is I just kind of want to go over the pass rush as a whole. I don't know if a ton of people know about them. Like John Gruden last year, he went on and went off or went on a tangent about calling him the anonymous crush, as an ode to the old blue crush that from I think it was the 70s with Tom Jackson, the defense that they had. And Gruden's whole point was basically they're an elite defense. I forget where they finished. I think they were top 5 in points or something like that. Points allowed last year. And outside of Patrick Surtain, it was hard to name a ton of guys unless you're really involved, really in the weeds of it. Of the NFL. And that's kind of where I was going at. Is hey, they had 63 sacks in the NFL last year. Got a few stats for you. 63 sacks in NFL, most in the league by a wide margin. 9 more than the Ravens, who had the second most. And for perspective, the Ravens had 2 more than the Cowboys, who were in 3rd place.
Oh, wow.
So, again, really good. Nick Bonito led the team with last year with 13. Jonathan Cooper had 10.5. Zach Allen had 8.5, who I think is one of the more underrated interior pass rushers in the league. And then John Franklin Myers had 7. Jonah Ellis, who was a rookie last year, who didn't really play until the second half because they had Bonito, Jonathan Cooper, and then Baron Browning for half the year until they traded Baron Browning to the Cardinals. So Jeff Ellis didn't get much playing time until the second half of the year, and at that, he was just kind of like a rotational third down rusher. He finished his rookie season with 5, and he was one of my guys that I really like coming out of Utah. So I think he's going to have a bigger role this year without Browning in there full time. And again, he got more playing time down the stretch last year. But yeah, and then on top of it too, 79.1 PFF pass rush game, fifth best in the NFL. Cooper was in a 5-way tie for 13th with 61 pressures among edge rushers. Bonito was right behind him with 57 at 18. Allen led the way for NFL defensive lineman with 75 pressures. JFM Franklin Myers was tied for 9th and tied with Jalen Carter at 53, and Carter had 175 more pass rush snaps. So on top of that, they have the reigning defensive player of the year at cornerback, which helped buy some time for the pass rush to hit home. So
yeah.
So that's what I'm kind of getting at is this defense is pretty damn good. And to make matters even worse, they added Telnoa Hufanga at solve one of their big problems too, and then Drake Greenlaw at linebacker, who if Greenlaw can get back to his 2023 form, is one of the better linebackers in the league. So
yeah,
pretty damn good.
Yeah, they're pretty good on defense, man. I mean, then Johnny Barron too.
Yeah, Johnny Barron, I forgot about him. Yeah, Johnny Barron helped solve their second cornerback problem more than their nickel. And I mean, McMillan last year I thought was a decent nickel for him, but Barron, you throw a first round pick in the mix. And again, they got some dudes.
They got some dudes.
It'd be tough to score on the Broncos.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's what's driving this team. So I did Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton because I think they have a really good connection. Those two guys, they definitely is somebody who Bo Nix really leans on. So Bo Nix just kind of forces it to him because, like I was telling Matt before the show, he has 7 interceptions throwing to Cortland Sutton. So he threw 12 interceptions. 7 of them were targeting Cortland Sutton, which I don't know if that's a record, but I kind of wanted to look it up and see if that was some kind of record or something, because I feel like that was a lot. And then, like, even the games I watched, you just could tell that he just forces the ball to him and expects Sutton to make a play, and then sometimes it just doesn't happen. But they have like a great connection. He anticipates to Sutton way better than he does other players. So it's definitely something that they work on together. And, that's why Sutton had the 8 touchdowns, 81 receptions, 1,000 yards. And, Nix, even though, his rookie year definitely produced really well as a rookie, having 29 touchdowns and the 12 interceptions. A lot of it was, kind of the offense that Sean Payton runs around it. So, but their connection is huge. I think they have a huge connection, and it's something that they're going to kind of build on going into this year, because they really didn't add too much to the wide receiver position that I can remember. So, all right. I'm up, right?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. So, start off with Bo Nix, Cortland Sutton. So, Cortland Sutton's right here. There's Sutton right there on this one. So, this is going to be a simple dig route from Sutton. Sutton's going to be in the dig. But you're going to see the anticipation here, right? Because, Nix really did struggle against the Chargers here, but their connection still Sutton had a touchdown here. So you can see him on this dig route and just see, where Nix is throwing this football. You can see the pressure that's coming. I forgot what defensive lineman that is. But you see where he's throwing that football. I mean, he's already letting that ball go really, really early here. And then boom, right there. Right on the money.
Great timing.
So, like, this is something that they do regularly. Like, just great timing here on this dig route. Great second level throw, too, there from Nix. So you can see the arm strength. I mean, definitely something that was underrated for Bo Nix before was the arm strength. But it's definitely something that shows up on film with him, for sure.
Yeah.
He can definitely drive that football when he wants to. All right, so here's another one here. And one thing you notice, too, when Bo Nix does end up rolling out and making plays, he definitely looks for Cortland Sutton, too, there. So on this one, see they're kind of getting a rollout here, kind of design rollout. And you see Cortland Sutton, he's right here in between these coverages here. And this is where you see the arm strength for Bo Nix, too, again, because this is a great throw. Look at that throw right there. Much more time, boom. Get out here, get on this side, gets outside here. Really nothing there. And he hits him right there over that linebacker or safety. It's a line. Yeah, some line. whatever. It's a linebacker. All right, but you see it from this side here. On this one, boom. You kind of can see it from the back end, just how great of a throw this is right there. Boom, right over that linebacker. Hit it right corner Sutton right there. And Sutton doesn't do a lot of yak, but
yeah,
definitely is a big target for them, right?
Yeah, he's a catch and tackle type of guy. He's not
exactly. Yeah, he's a big target. You just get to throw it up to him basically, and we'll see how that works out later. All right, so here's another one. Is Bo Nix kind of making another play now? In my opinion, I think he could have threw this ball to Sutton just right now from the pocket here. You see here, and he's kind of looked at the short route, which he could have went there too and got a first down, got a big play, but he decided to go to Sutton over here. Right, he's gonna scramble, and he almost steps over the line of scrimmage. Still hits Sutton. Sutton makes a great catch there. Kind of throws the ball back shoulder a little bit, and he makes a great catch. So when he's rolling out, he always notices. He always tries to find Cortland Sutton when he's rolling out, and he's trying to make a play.
Yeah, it's funny you pointed down the check down that he turned down to do that play.
Right? I mean, because 85 is wide open. But hey, this looks a lot cooler.
Yeah.
That's what I always say. Sometimes you just got to make the cool play, Matt. You know what I mean?
There you go. Exactly.
Not always the right play. It's the cool play. Because I have no idea why he didn't throw that ball to him. Especially with Nix. Nix is not a check down that Nix doesn't like. So right there, boom. Nice play right there. All right, so here on this one, he's going to hit him on the back shoulder. So you get a little, of course, all the Browns do, they play man-to-man. So, you get an 85 coming out here. You need to get Sutton on this little kind of basically a fade route here. It's kind of like a curl wheel, right? And it's another great back shoulder throw. Let's talk about the connection that they have right here because you can see it. Sutton sees where he's at in coverage. He knows that ball is coming back shoulder like immediately. And Nix throws a perfect ball right there, back shoulder, hits him right there. It's a big play right there. So it's just a great throw by Nix, in my opinion. Nice little soft touch throw right there. Cortland Sutton. And you could tell that Sean Payton, because I was gonna do this offense, but I was like, man, we watched John Gruden enough. It's basically the same thing. So.
Pretty much. I mean,
pretty much, right? And you can just see the great placement on this throw from Nix. Especially when he has a lot of clean pockets because he has a great line. It's a nice little play there. And you even see it on these on this RPO here. You're gonna get a slant here. So he's reading it, sees a slant, and then what I like about this one is the placement and it's just the catch by Sutton. So Sutton makes a great catch here. Kind of like this kind of changes it to like a slant flat type of look, right?
Yeah.
And then they don't end up getting a first down here, but it's still a good. Just kind of shows the connection. He knows exactly where to put this ball so where Sutton can catch it. Keeps it low right there. Doesn't allow that DB to get over the top of it because DB has a chance to kind of drive on the football. He does a good job of just getting that ball low right there, making a good throw.
That's a tough catch with the shadows too.
Yeah.
Like the old baseball, like going from light to dark.
Mm-hmm. He had a few drops though on film. It was interesting.
Yeah.
You kind of can see
the volume of targets he has, you're going to drop a few,
Yeah, that is true. Because that's where Nix throws. It's really all he throws to be honest. But also, with the connection too, it also creates a decoy here because you see here. The Colts and Gus Bradley. Of course, they're playing a lot of cover 3. That's what that's what we're going to see with Pete Carroll. It's kind of a similar thing, but you can see how they're bracketing Sutton, right? This is a bracket. There's nobody on this side of the field, right? There's no safeties over here. It's a full-on bracket on Sutton, right? So what you're going to get is you're going to get kind of a fake screen, but like also a fake, kind of a fake screen, basically like a fake screen with a, kind of the go route with it too, right? Going to Sutton here. But what this does, you can see the whole defense, right? They are worried about Cortland Sutton, him getting that ball to Cortland Sutton. So when the defense kind of all moves this way towards it, right? You see this tight end right here. He's coming wide open on the seam up here, right? And that just makes an easy throw for Knicks for a touchdown right there.
When sticking to cover 3 goes wrong.
Yeah, exactly. You know, because to me, I mean, this is some wild cover 3 playing, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, playing brackets with cover 3 is just a little wild to me. You know.
Yeah, you got to have someone to carry the tight end. That's for sure.
Right, it's just right down the middle, man. So it's just wild to me a little bit there. All right, and of course with Sutton too is these go routes as well. So you can see a double move here at the top here, and he's just gonna just wax this corner right here. This corner is just gonna be in no man's land again, right? Against this cover 3 look. Or man-to-man here. But you can see Sutton with a good route here, good double move, just wide open. And this makes it an easy throw for Knicks here.
You can tell the moment the corner knew he was beat. Like right now, he's like, shit.
Yeah, because he's got no help over the top either.
Yeah, he's like,
no help over the top. Dirty move. And then you got a little Tootsie Roll there. Or my bad, the butterfly. Sorry, guys. Got my dances wrong. All right.
You did a hell of a lot. I would have never picked up on that.
You never would have picked up on that? Right, man?
No, I'm not up to date on my dances.
Okay. All right. So this one, now you can see another double move here, but this one I'm talking about Knicks just forcing these balls. Okay. So what on this one, what you're going to see on this double move here, right? You see this safety up here, right? Because it looks like, from the looks of it, looks like we're playing some quarters here, right? And if you're just looking at this throw, like, okay, Knicks should throw this ball. I mean, this guy's wide open. The safety's going this way. If he throws it up here, I mean, maybe this guy could turn and run, but that's just a lot of, against physics, in my opinion, a little bit. That guy's just wide open. But instead, he just forces it over here to Cortland Sutton, because I guess he thinks Sutton has a one-on-one here. And it just ends up being, he almost catches it. He almost makes himself look smart, but he ends up it's just a tough catch here. It's just a tough catch. You can't bring it in. He almost does, but he just can't get it in there. But this is what I'm talking about, him just forcing it to Sutton, because I think this is Mims here. He's wide open.
Yeah,
and he's looking at him too. He's got to throw that ball. And you could kind of tell if you go back here a little bit. You can see what Knicks is doing too. You can see how Knicks kind of trying to get this safety to move to him, right? And then come back to Sutton. But like I said, he almost got it.
Yeah.
But it just didn't work out there at the other day. You could kind of see Knicks' eyes here. Boom. Right. He's looking right at it, but it felt like more he was trying to get that safety to move so that he could throw it to Sutton here.
Yeah.
But then you can also see how close Sutton is to catching this football. So.
I mean, that's good coverage by Kenny Moore, but.
Yeah, he could have brought that in a little bit. Yeah. All right. And here's another one, him forcing it this again. So this one, you're basically kind of getting kind of like a quick out here, and then you're getting a corner out, kind of like a smash concept type of look here, right? But they're in cover 2, right? So they're in cover 2. So this isn't open, in my opinion, right? And even if you did want to go to a certain side, this guy's open here on this one, but he's looking at Sutton the whole time. And as soon as he throws that ball to Sutton, which when you're throwing kind of that corner out, and then you're late too, in my opinion, because if he's already let go of this ball already, maybe, right? But just based on how the drop is, he's going to be late here, and then he's late, and then he throws a little bit behind, intercepted.
Yeah, that's a tough throw to make into cover 2 when the receiver's running more flat rather than a little bit more vertical in the corner. or a
Yeah.
corner route, like because that's exactly what the problem is. The safety can undercut the route. Yeah,
Exactly.
it should not have gone there.
No, not at all. All right, but that's not the only interception he threw to Courtland Sutton against the Colts. So here's another one, and this is what I'm talking about. Like if you can kind of control or like get some double teams on Sutton, Bo Nix is not going to care. He just doesn't care. And even on this one, so this one is cover 3 here too, right? This is a cover 3 look here, right? And kind of run a little bit of the same. We got like a kind of a deep corner route, and then you get an out underneath it, right? So it's kind of like 3 levels here. And he forces this ball to Sutton. Like even when you're seeing this, there's 3 guys around this. Look at this, 1, 2, 3. I mean, I know this 33 is creeping here a little bit on this cover 3 look, but I mean, I still think he probably should have went here. It's just a little bit more open, and if you're going to throw into a double team, and since Sutton maybe Sutton runs the wrong route here, and he's supposed to kind of fade this a little bit more, right? Make it more of a little corner route. But he ends up just throwing it right to 33.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know how the Broncos win this game. Anthony Richardson just is not good, obviously. Because
Anthony Richardson, the ultimate highlight quarterback. Depends on what team.
Yeah. All right, and here's the last one here. And this one isn't as much as a force, right? But it's just like when you have tight coverage here. I think this is great coverage by Fulton here, and so we're getting some more cover 3 here, right? And what you see on this one is, it's just tight coverage, and it had to be a perfect throw. So just a little bit of a force here.
Yeah, that was never open.
Right, and then like especially this is I think right down it says this is 2nd down too. So if as I'm saying, Nix has to be smarter here and kind of just take 33 here, but I kind of understand it. He wants to make sure that guy catches that football, but
I appreciate the balls to roll out and throw it across your body just to get it to your guy, man.
You know what I mean?
Is this dude at the bottom of the screen running down the field wide open?
Yeah. And maybe Denzel Ward just keeps running with him.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe, but even how Denzel Ward is right here, right? If you go back.
Yeah.
So Denzel Ward, just the way he's stopping. I mean, if you just keep throwing it, and I know Denzel Ward's very fast, but I think that's Mims again, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if he just
also very fast.
He just throws it as far as he can. Look where Mims is when he's throwing that football. And Corlisson's not even looking. You know what I mean? That's what's so funny about this. He's not even looking for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he ends up. He turns around, like, oh shit! The ball's coming to me.
Yeah, probably saw Nix roll out and was like, I'm not getting this.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's like the perfect example of that connection. But like I said, that's the connection they have, man. They have a great connection. They have a great way of having that kind of just where he knows where Sutton wants the ball. He knows when to anticipate to Sutton. He understands when Sutton comes out of his breaks. They just have a great connection overall, and I think it really shows up on film, and it shows up on the production and the touchdowns that they have. So it's a lot of Sutton him and Sutton just being able to mix it up and make some big plays when they need to play.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude. All right, let's get to some defensive line work here, dude.
All right, you got me up there?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start off with a few plays that kind of just highlight more individual performances, and then we'll get into more scheme stuff. But I want to show this first clip because it kind of talks about what I was talking about, or kind of highlights what I was talking about in the intro of how the Broncos coverage team really like kind of plays off of their pass rush. Like they'll do this a lot where they put Patrick Surtain just one-on-one and leave him on an island with their other team's best option, like that's DK Metcalf at the top. And then they will kind of disguise or kind of help their second corner out a lot more. Like we see Riley Moss down here at the bottom of the screen against Tyler Lockett with some safety help, and they'll kind of bracket him. Granted, they got the trips on that side too. But you can see like it looks like it's maybe like a cover 4 look, maybe cover 6 too, from Denver. And I mean, at this point, like we got guys that are 10 yards down the field, no one's open. And the guys you'll start to see, that's when the pass rush starts to hit home. I think Cooper ends up getting this sack. Like maybe you can say Geno should have thrown this dig, but by the time JSN gets into his break, like you can see the pockets already getting pretty damn muddy.
Yeah.
So again, just kind of highlights like how that coverage unit is so damn good. Married with this pass rush is pretty impressive. Again, get a good view of the edge rushers here. This is actually on this side is going to be Baron Browning, who's not on the Cardinals, but he even gets a win. And you'll see a handful of these clips. Like there's multiple guys usually winning. I mean, Cooper, this Stone Forsythe, who should not be in the game, just gets baptized a little bit here.
Yeah.
And that's Cooper's game right there. This is Cooper's game, really, just speed to power. Boom. Caught the hand there, too. Geno got to get rid of the ball quickly this year. This is damn near like the same clip, damn near the same clip with both like edge rushers winning. Like we'll see Cooper here on the stunt, kind of slant inside, or on the line games here, kind of like do a pretty good job of picking the interior guys for this little coffee house stunt that they have going on with the linebacker, and ends up getting a piece of oh no, that's not, bro. Is that Hall? Yeah, I think that's Breece Hall, who is not in the game to pass protect, especially against a guy like Cooper. Mm-hmm. And I mean, he ends up drawing both the tackle and the running back. So 55, Cody Barton can come get the sack. I don't think Barton's on the team anymore, but he was a huge factor. And then on the other end of it, you got Bonito here, who, again, led the team in sacks. And this is his best move, the little ghost rush, just making Tyron Smith, who's going to put on a gold jacket one day, look like a chump.
Yeah, that's a great move right there.
Smith barely got a hand on him. Whoop.
Yeah, all over Aaron Rodgers. Sent Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh.
Exactly. This is JFM, John Franklin Myers. He traded from the Jets they traded with the Jets for him last season, and he ended up having a pretty damn good year. I always thought he was a pretty damn good player on the Jets D line. He's just buried on the depth chart with how many guys they have. I mean, this one I'm not showing the coverage because I mean it's such a quick win that with this play action pass with 7-step drop from the quarterback, it doesn't matter what that looks like. To paint the picture for you, this is not how Franklin Myers typically wins. He's more of a power guy, and he just made Cody Mock, completely whiff on that little swim move. On top of it, too, I think he gets some more pressures. I think that's Malcolm Roach.
Yeah.
Another one of the rotational guys that comes in and makes plays.
Good Lord.
Zach Allen here. This is just, I'm a big fan of Zach Allen's game. I'm not going to lie. He's probably one of my favorite non-Raiders in the NFL, and unfortunately plays for the Broncos because he does stuff like this. Like you'll see this. He's more of a power guy, but you'll see this pass rush move where he's going to sell it up the field, and then we'll see Bredesen kind of open up the gate a little bit here, like right about here. He kind of bites and gets a little wide, and then watch Allen's inside hand does a great job of pulling that inside shoulder down on Bredesen and beating him across his face. And then Barton comes to go help. The rookie center comes to go help. Just fights through that. Still gets pressure on Mayfield, and then on top of it, goes and shows up on the stat sheet to go get the cleanup sack here too. So he beat two guys, and still got a cleanup sack on the one rep.
Yeah.
And again, you get 52, who I forget his name. I think it was Gillian, I want to say. He had like 5 sacks last year too, and it was a lot of just benefiting from other guys winning. A lot of cleanup stuff like that. I don't have one like that one. He actually misses. That's a good example of how he got his production, just either stunts or cleaning stuff up. On top of it too, they'll put Allen on a ton of line games, and he's pretty good as the penetrator or the looper. And you'll see little Andre James here. Now, in a little bit of defense for Andre James, he does turn right.
Yeah.
But, kaboom!
So say he sent him to the Chargers right here. Boom.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know if Andre James saw the field after this game because this was ugly.
That might have been his concussion for real.
Yeah. And then on this one I will say is more of a coverage sack. I can see like Mahomes has to hold on to the ball for a while. But again, this is a 300-pound defensive tackle who's lining up at, I guess not technically at nose, but over the center, and looping all the way around. And on top of it, like, not bad bend for, again, a 300-pound dude.
Yeah.
Chiefs do a terrible job picking this up with Trey Smith trying to follow him, not on the same page. But either way,
it's a great stunt, though. That's a great stunt because it kind of.
We'll see the better one later. Don't worry.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. This last guy's Ellis. This is the rookie that I was talking about. Again, I think he's going to be in for a bigger year. He has a lot of ways he can win as a pass rusher. That's what I liked about him most coming out of Utah. I mean, you'll see on this one, just a great cross chop. This stupid bend.
Yeah.
That's a straight 90-degree angle. I mean, go take an efficient path and close on Kirk Cousins, which I guess technically is not the quarterback you necessarily need to close on.
Yeah, 100%.
Moving on to it, this is a little bit more of the scheme that Vance Joseph, I thought, done a really good job of. What he likes to do is when he blitzes a nickel, he'll blitz a linebacker with it. And like you'll see on this one, they kind of get a numbers advantage, and I'll show it from the end zone view here, kind of what that does to the offensive line. But he screws with their count a lot, and like on top of it too. Again, more Allen propaganda. Going to start lined up inside or head up on the tackle, and then beat the center across the center's face. But part of the reason why I point that out too is with what the Broncos do here is they're going to get the turn of center right. We have the right tackle on the end, and then Allen's going to start pre-snap. The right guard should have Allen, and then the center's here to get the backer if the backer blitzes. But with the movement that they have, okay, now the guard has to pass off Allen to the center, who again wins around the other side and takes the center with him. And now the guard's locked in on the linebacker, and no one even sees the nickel blitzing off the edge to go with the sack. So again, just kind of what some of the stuff that Joseph does, that he does a pretty good job of getting the numbers advantage, and like we'll see it on the back end, like it doesn't really impact the coverage. Like everything's flat. I mean, I guess the check down's open, right?
Yeah.
But again, the pass rush gets there, so it gets home, and we have a free rusher. That's not going to matter. If Baker Mayfield gets all the way to the check down, something's wrong up front.
Yeah,
in this play call.
And Baker Mayfield always thinks he's Superman, can break every single tackle. So
exactly. Yeah. They got to Baker 7 times, and it was a lot of stuff like that. So I think they knew exactly what they're doing. See a similar play call here, except the backs or the running back. The nickel's going to be on the opposite side of the linebackers here, but they're going to put both linebackers on this left side of the formation. And again, kind of the same thing. I'll show it again from the end zone view, but you're going to get turn of center right, and now we have 3-on-2 with our left tackle and left guard blocking our left defensive lineman, and then the nickel coming off the edge. So he just disguises these blitzes so well because he gives you so much other stuff to think about. And I mean, on this one, they end up getting a strip sack that Barton takes back for 6.
Yeah.
Like you'll see on this side, like this is how they influence it, right? They didn't, like you saw from the sideline view, we don't have another backer on this side of the formation. And I mean, I guess technically Barton's here lined up on top of the center, so he could, if need be, flow to the right. But the bigger thing here is we have 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders on this side. So we're getting the offensive line to move this way and move away from our nickel blitz. And then on top of it, you're going to see Allen here work inside. And then I think that's Baron Browning actually, but he's going to work inside too. So the same thing, that creates a shorter edge for the nickel. And as you can see, Fuaga ends up seeing it, but it's too late.
Yeah.
No chance. Again, we get that strip sack for a touchdown.
Trevor Penning just did nothing on that one, dude.
Yeah, let me see Penning. His pass protection is always fun, quote unquote, fun to watch.
Yeah, what to do with that?
Actually, it wasn't a terrible rep.
It wasn't terrible. I guess I didn't finish it. I'll give
he does get beat initially. I see what you're saying, but yeah, he ends up burying Ellis. Not a great rep from Ellis.
Yeah.
But yeah. And boom.
Touchdown. Donkeys.
Touchdown. Yeah. Get another one here. This is the one I love too, because this is just madman stuff. This is the first play of the game. And like we'll see from the end zone view, like they just again get a numbers advantage. I don't know if the motion influenced this. Because like you'll see Surtain kind of call something out and Surtain hang out in the middle of the field. And if they're like, if we get this motion, we're going to send both backers. But whatever it is, it ends up working out perfectly. especially with the play call that the Jets have, because the tight end's going to release out to the flat and take someone else out of the backfield. It's the other thing too is like you'll see like we'll have 3 guys kind of pinching in to create softer gaps out here on the edges, or excuse me, the B gap. And then 2, like we have one here, I counted here, counted there. So the offensive line has to account for all 5 guys up front, which means if we blitz both these backers, someone's going to be free. And then especially, again, with the tight end who's lined up at fullback, he goes straight out, and you'll see Hall. He's confused too because he's not 100% sure where to go. He sees the linebacker come up and blitz. It's too late, and either way, it doesn't matter because, again, we're pinching our defensive line in, taking the guard's attention, and no one's there to pick up 40, who just comes unblocked for a sack. Again, first play of the freaking game against Aaron Rodgers, and he just brought the house. This one, same kind of thing. Just ends up getting free rushers so consistently by playing the numbers game. Like, if you look at this, reason why I have Hall highlighted with the linebacker here is like his eyes are immediately going to be drawn to the linebacker, and I think Barton might pick up on that, and because it looks like they're communicating, and you'll see Barton just drop into the coverage for like a simulated pressure, and on top of it with this double A gap look. Again, we have here, and then the back picks up the backer. Who's unblocked? Number 6 here, the last guy on the edge. And with that simulated pressure, again, the guy that Hall goes to go block isn't there anymore. So now he goes to scan, and by the time he's scanning, it's going to be way too late, right? He's already at the quarterback. And I didn't even notice this the first time, but like if you watch what also they do, is they're going to have the backer, and I think that's Allen, run a little stunt here, which is also going to capture the back's attention. So they just gave a Breece Hall, who's a second-year pro, a shit ton to look at. And by the time he's done thinking, Aaron Rodgers' back is split in half. And the other thing I want to point out about this too, I forgot to mention this first time, with Barton dropping into coverage, they're taking away like any sort of in-breaker, right? Like if Rodgers wanted to throw this hot, he's got to throw it right now. And they're taking away anything over the middle of the field. This was also 4th down in a crucial spot in the game. So they're forcing Rodgers to hold on to the ball for that extra half second. And that's just enough to get, I think that's locked there, the safety, to get hit home. Another one here against the Raiders. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Burnt the nickel off the edge again. This one, I mean, the Raiders actually do the best job of picking this up better than anybody. But you'll see the same kind of thing, like influence, or we'll get the tender to turn right, and then we'll influence them the other direction, bring the linebacker to get the numbers advantage. Excuse me. And Glaze actually does a pretty good job on the dual read here. Like Abdullah kind of gets lost a little bit, which is why it turns into a sack, because excuse me, no one gets Barton. And this ends up being Gardner Minshew's last play as a Raider.
I mean, I always hear that play because there's a touchdown right there for Gardner Minshew. It's just straight Tucker. Like, he's I wasn't going to include some of them, some of the Raiders games, because there was a handful of sacks where I'm like, no, that's just on Gardner Minshew. I'm talking up the Broncos defense, but there were a couple where I'm like, nah, Gardner Minshew just left a clean pocket and someone cleaned it up. But that one for sure was one where, like, again, Vance Joseph just kind of in his bag and drawing up some crazy stuff to get those numbers advantages. And then when on top of it, when you have a quarterback that wants to hold on to the ball too long, you're screwed. Like, that's the big thing I'm a little bit concerned about with Geno going into this season is Geno's going to have to get the ball out when he plays the Broncos. And hopefully he learned from his time last year when they played him with Seattle, because they did a lot of similar stuff and were able to get to him. Yeah, because the Vance Joseph is always a little bit of a mad scientist when it comes to rushes, and just even schemes that he does. I mean, some of the stuff you're doing, like, okay, that's not normal, right?
Yeah,
and it's things like that. But I mean, DJ Glaze did a good job picking that up, but it was just, sometimes the quarterback just ends up getting a sack there. But he's just a madman a little bit, especially with a lot of those defensive line stunts, a lot of the blitzes that they do, a lot of the ways they manufacture sacks, or and then having the talent behind it, that's what makes it just so hard to stop, because if you got Zach Allen coming at you, and then you got Benito and Cooper, some of the other players they got over there, it could be dangerous. That pass rush could be dangerous for sure, dude.
And I mean, you're right. Like when he can just sit back and call coverage and still get home, and then he can just dial up one of those crazy blitzes, like it becomes hard to stop. It becomes frustrating as an offense, because it's like no matter what they do, they're still getting pressure.
Yeah, just think about Evangelist. Someone got ran out the league when he gave out 70 points to the Dolphins. They're worst defense ever. You know what I mean? So you just need to. Sometimes you just NFL's about players. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need the right guys to build up stuff. All right. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Make sure you guys come back Friday Night Live. We got our Raiders greatest team of all time championship, 1983 versus 1976. We're gonna do like a full on team versus team thing. We're gonna go like, section versus section. This is going to be serious. And then you guys bring your votes in, and who you think is the better team. So we're gonna be doing that, guys. And then of course me and Matt will be back this weekend. Looking at probably, I guess we got left, Chiefs. So,
Chiefs.
So you can see some Patrick Mahomes, guys. Get some Mahomes and see what's up with that team. So we'll be back, guys, this weekend. So make sure you guys check that out. Like I said, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. We're out of here. Peace.